Here's a 2000, where does it say? 19, my bad, 2021, right? Release STAAR test. So this is the last test that was given to everybody. We need to go ahead and review this one to go ahead and make sure that we're up to date with at least the most recent kind of question that the state will ask. So we're going to start off with number one, and it's going right here really easy. This is just basically a rule from memorization. We do these on the reference material. We do these on index cards. You better know these for sure, guys. If it goes to the left, negative x. On the x-axis, guys, on the x-axis, anytime we go left, it's going to be minus, what, 4? So we're going to have x minus 4. Anytime we go up or down, this one's saying up. So if we go up, we're going in the positive direction. Positive direction. So we're going to go plus 5. We're going to have y plus 5, also known as a. Pretty good. If you got that one, awesome. Okay, number 2. Oh, this is a good joke. Remember, if it's a function, guys, look at if you got it correct or wrong. A function. This is when your x's do not repeat. Okay, so if I draw, for us having a graph, there's this thing called vertical line test. If I draw a line like this, it goes twice. This coordinate and that coordinate will have the same x. So you'll have like x, sorry, you'll have 2, what, 2, and 2, negative 2. So basically the x's repeat. So the line, vertical line test, if you cross it twice, it's out. Out, not a function, not a function. This one right here, what you're looking for, not a function, is this. You see this right here? This 22 goes to that one and that one. So that'll be like this, where the x's repeat. So that one's not a function. Final answer, H. Just FYI, I talk too much. We're at 2 minutes. So if you're taking a test, you should be practically done with those first two in 30 seconds. And you should be feeling really, really good. This is over here asking a ball shaped like a sphere. Diameter. Remember, we never use diameter. So what I'm going to do in my head is say, hey, radius. What's my radius? Anybody know what my radius is? 21.6. So a half of 21 is, what is that? 10.5? Okay, so we're going to go with 1.6. What is that? 10. Is it 10.8? Yeah, right. So we're going to go with 21.6 divided by 2, which gives me 10.8. Which is the measurement to the, it's closest to the volume of the bowling ball? Okay, the volume would be 4/3 pi radius cubed. 4/3 pi radius is now 10.8 cubed. And now would you use a calculator? And that's about it. And you take a pause and turn on the calculator. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. I got the calculator on, so it's 21.6 divided by 2 is, yeah, 10.8. So then when I come out here and use the formula of control fraction of 4/3, and then pi, and multiply by 10.8, all of this raised to the, yeah, I just checked it. To the third, press enter, and there's, wait, is that right? 5, 2. I don't remember seeing that answer. Let's see. 5, 2. 5, 2. So we'll go with letter B. All right. Good job. Not too hard. Not too hard at all. So look at us. Only had 3 minutes to change. That's because I talked. And hold on. So thank you, Benjamin Franklin. Appreciate that, brother. Look at this. Look how far apart the numbers are. For pi, guys, what could you have used for pi? The truth. Just 3. And I think you would have gotten the answer correct. Because the numbers are so, like, spread out. So, but this one, I did use on the calculator. If you looked at the calculator, what I used 3.14. I used, the pi button, and it gave me the exact answer that we were looking for. But the thing is, since the numbers are so off or different, that you could really use just 3. Just giving you a heads up. Life would have been a lot easier like that. Okay, next question. Let's see what the next one is. It's pretty easy, I think. Holy moly. The bad thing about this one, you've got to do this one over and over again. Because if the customer borrowed that much to buy a car, which loan option would allow the customer to pay the least amount? So there's different terms and different amounts. Jeez. And they're all simple interest. So it's the same easy question, just with different numbers. For each one, this is going to be your P. Each one of this will be your terms, all of these, and this would be your rates. They want the simple interest. So for this one, you're going to go I equals PRT, but we're going to go with I is equal to 12,000 times rate of 5.2% times 4. This next one over here will be the same thing, but with these new numbers, 12,000 times 4.2%, 2 times 5, the term of 5. This next one will be again 12,000 at 4.7% times 6. This next one will be 12,000. Oops, I forgot this one. Times 8.4% times 3. Yeah, it's going to be real fun, but we can do it. So remember these numbers. And I'm going to pause and start doing the calculator. Okay, so each one, 12,000. Oh, great. Is that 12,000? No. Okay, times 5.3. 5.2% signs over here. Times 4. So I'm not going to even look at those there. I need to check each one. The next one's 12,000 times 4.2 again percent over here times 5. The next one's 12,000 times 4.7%. Wow, that's weird. All right, put the percent on the outside. Times 6, enter. And then 12,000 times 8.4% times the term 3. Final answer. Okay, so the one I see, which is kind of not cool, is this one. And the question was asking which one has the least amount of interest. So not cool. They made us do all of these, even though this one gave us the best answer. Meanwhile, that's the way it goes. So that one's going to be 12,000 at 5.2% for only 4 years. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, and this one right here, which represents a non-proportional relationship. How do you do this one? I'm so curious. I'm going to pause and I want to hear my class. Okay, Saint. So again, good answer in here. Thank you, Maggie. So I said, hey, what's going on here? So they're saying basically the best way to do this one is list in spreadsheets. And proportional would give you B equal to 0. But since they want the one that's non-proportional, they're looking for the one that has the B not equal to 0. Thank you so much. I think that's the best way. Is there another way of doing this one? You can if you go back to 5th grade. What? How would you do this? I'm trying to do one in my head. I just can't see it. I'm very bad at math. Like, okay, so, oh, look at this one real quick. Cross multiplication. You see, what's 3 times a negative 4? What? 3 times a negative 4 is a negative 12. What's 1 times a negative 12? Negative 12. So that one's proportional. That one is proportional. I just can't see the rest over here. So what's, maybe we can do this one. What's 2 times 55 that's negative? Would that be a negative 110? Think about it, right? 50 and 50 gives you what? 100. And then the other 5 and 5 gives you a 10. Does it make sense, Maggie? Yeah? What do you think? Yeah? Look at this. When I multiply this times this, what does that one give me? A negative 110? So I can see those are both proportional. You remember back in the days in 5th grade, when we were talking about proportions and stuff, if we had this proportion here, it's a proportion, equal fractions. When I cross multiply, that gives me 4. That gives me 4. So those are proportional. The one that's non-proportional. Looking at the math here, and I can't see the rest. So yeah, listen, spreadsheets. Look at this one. What's 1 times a negative 1? -1. All right, not everybody at once. Appreciate it, though. Thank you for participating. What's a -1 times a -7? What? You're just joking, right? Okay, good. It's a +7. So are these things equal to each other? They're not equal to each other. So guess what my answer is? D. I think D is the correct answer. Just because of that one right there. Yeah, I can't multiply these two well. I'm going to go with D. Is that the correct answer? So that's me being very experienced, guys. I would use that idea, but I'm going to go back and do list of spreadsheets real fast, okay? I'm going to show you that this is proportional, 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 and this one's non-proportional. So let me just turn on the calculator. List of spreadsheets. We're going to go here on new, no. So I'm going to put the numbers in there. What are the numbers? 1, -4, 3, -12. My bad. So here, come here, menu, 4, 1, 3. Put my B here, control, put a B here, enter, enter. So look, B is equal to 0. So if you look at your paper, I have to check, that one we have B is equal to 0. I don't have to check each one of them. I'm just going to check the top. Ooh, I'm going to check these. I'm going to use these. Why am I going to use these and not these? Because of decimals. The numbers are bigger, harder to write in here. These are a little easier to write. So 2, -11. Maggie, help me out. Ready? I'm just going to type over, guys, and the numbers are already changed. 2, -11. 10. So I'm just typing over. -5. And it's automatically changing these numbers over here. -55. Okay, my bad. It's already automatically showing me the 8. It's not. Because it's already computing whatever you've given it here. So I have that. Let me go back to check the right answer. The right answer, remember, is this one down here. So which ones would I input? Honestly, I would input these. You know why? Small, easy. Less numbers to input. So 1, -1 and -1, and then 1, -7. So 1, -1, -1, -1, and then what? 1? 1 and -7. So that one's already entered. Now that's showing me, yeah, it does not go through the origin. It does not go through the origin. And if it's origin line going through it, so B would be 0, slash would be proportional. We're looking for what's not proportional. So that was a dead giveaway. Boom. Easy, kind of cheesy. Next question. Roberta number 6. Ooh, how do we do this one? Oh, that's easy. Actually, A squared plus B squared equals C squared should be the first thing, but guess what I just read right now? Dilation, scale factors. Dilation, scale factor. What does that mean? It means to multiply. Just by reading, I didn't get to read the whole question. I was like, what's going on here? Trying to fix it in my head. I just see this one and I say multiply. Which two are automatically out? Actually, you know what? This one's out, this one's out, this one's out. Without even reading the question, that's my only answer. That's honestly what you should have done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, I was like, what do we do in this one? I'm trying to read it, look at the question, and then I saw, okay, scale factor, did giveaway, dilation, did giveaway. Oh, multiply. You should. All these things should come in your brain. Anything with positive, negative, like this stuff here, get rid of it. This one right here is the division of that one, so I'm going to go with just B. Make sure you see that. Get. Oh, great. More savings. So that's not too bad. It's an parents invested $5,000 in college savings account that pays 4.85 annual interest rate. Simple interest, really easy. So this will be your rate. This will be your principal, and then looking for a term of 15 years, which is which is the same. Simple interest. That's easy. I equals PRT. Which amount is the closest interest? So they're just looking for the interest earned at the account of 15 years. So just do this one. We're going to go with 5,000. And we're going to go R of 4.85% times a term of 15. And there it is. So we put in the calculator. Just add a new page if you don't mind. And it was 15,000 times 5.85. Jay, what's the percentage? 5.85? Never mind, I got it. 4.85? My bad. So come on here to 4.85. Sorry guys, I was relying on Jay and choose. So enter. Oh, whoa, that's the interest alone? Hold on, I read it wrong. Someone's saying, time out. Where's the 5? So I actually put 15,000. It should be 5. My bad. Just joking. So the answer, this is the interest only. Remember, I equals interest. So we're going to go 3,637. 3,637. And there it is. I think that's pretty easy. Time out real quick. Did anybody get this one right? Okay, number 8. Okay, so it's dilated 90 degrees. Okay, so what? Not dilated, rotated. So I told y'all when we were doing back those old days, we got an index card, and I said to write the word congruent on top. Which words went with congruent? Translated, reflection, and then I said turn your paper right and do rotation. So that's on the side of congruent. On the other side, I put not congruent. And which one goes with not congruent? Somebody, which one goes with not congruent? Dilation. So since that one, okay, this is a question right here based off of is it congruent or not. So it says it's rotated 90 degrees, which means I'm on the congruent side. Which statement is true? Guess what I'm going to be looking for? Yes. Jason. Yeah, I have to look for congruent, equal, same, whatever you want to call it. This stuff that says it's less, out. Everything's the same, less, out. I don't even care what I'm not even reading the sentences. These are out automatically. This one, since it says the not congruent, I could understand if you saw the congruent, circle that, and you answered like that and say, sir, I just didn't see that not. Honestly, I would forgive you. But this one that says equal, I noticed this one does say not congruent, so that one's out. So that one, guess what? Sneaky, sneaky. Make sure you circle the whole thing, that they go together. That one there is the answer. Guys, no reading needed. Holy moly. What should you automatically be thinking here? And solve it, for real. And solve. What is and solve? Do you remember what and solve is? Menu 3-1. So menu 3-1, guys, it's pretty easy. Reg, I need to help you out. I remember Reg wanting to learn how to do this at the beginning of the year, and I kind of slacked off. Haven't given her many of these because I was showing you how to solve these. How do we solve these, guys? By hand? By mano? The smallest what? The smallest x, right? So which is the smaller x? Is the negative 4x or the positive 4x? Yes. Let's get rid of that one by putting its opposite. What's the opposite of that one? Positive 4x. So we can do positive 4x on both sides of the equal sign. Like a little berry here. So we'll put positive 4x here. This is ready. It's needed for your TSI, guys. These cancel out here on this. This is ready. They're needed for your TSI. Your college entrance exam kind of for the high school. But Nate, Big Dog doesn't need it in California. So so here we go. 30. Now this is 8x. But what kind of 8x is this? Positive. So now we want the x's by themselves. So what do I do with this one over here? What do I do with this 30? Minus it. Thank you so much, man. You want to put its opposite. So we're going to put the negative of it on both sides, though. These will cancel out. Now 70 minus 30 is 40. It's almost 60. Almost at 60. You're right. So now, again, I have 4d is equal to 8x. How do I solve this one? Let's see who can remember this one. For a candy, almost. Anybody remember what to do? Divide. Thank you so much, Destiny. Divide. Divide by what number, though? Why by 8? It's because that's how many x's there are, and I only want 1x. So if I have 8 divided by 8, that gives me exactly 1x. I'm not going to write the 1x, I'm just going to write the x, because that shows me there's 1x there. So I'll divide this side by 8, so we're going to go 40 divided by 8 is 5. Man, I'm very proud of you. Okay, so on this one right here, it's just basically writing an equation. This one's asking you, if you look at all of these down here, I told you in the beginning of the year, y, x, it doesn't matter, whatever. You can always change them out for any other letter, A, B, C, it doesn't matter. So we've been learning all year long y equals mx plus b. So if you look at this one, the y is changed into a t. And instead of x, they put a w. So mw plus b. B is your starting point. You see how you write the b, the one, the first thing you do? That's the first thing you do, the thing that happens once. The m is like a mountain. The mountains are always together. They're always back and forth, over and over. What happens over and over? Which one's each? Per, every, so just look for that. So while trying, it contains this much. So how does it, like, that happens like in the beginning, right? So I'm looking for that one in the very beginning. Where is that one? This is out, this is out. This one's saying it's below, it's negative. So I don't even like that one from the beginning. This one's really out too. Then it says the amount of water in the tank will decrease at a rate of 15 per. 15 per. Remember I said per, each, every is your slope. So it's got to be this one for sure. Decrease means negative. So there's got to be G. That's too easy. Draw a straight line to the data, kind of looking at it, and 64 kilograms is where, guys. Here, come across, come down más o menos. What do y'all think down? 156? I agree. Pretty good. Looks like there's no other options that would really be going through there. So yeah, 156. Pretty easy. It's not too hard. Okay, so on this one here, it's just basically asking, does not preserve congruence. What does that mean if it does not preserve congruence? It's not congruent. So which one is the only one that is not congruent? Dilation. And that's why I asked you to just remember those two sides. Very easy, really basic. Okay, so Isaac, help me out. So a teacher brought that much 3 per. So if I see 3 per, what am I automatically thinking? Slope. I'm really thinking about slope. I'm looking at as y is equal to 3x, and it had a $2 coupon off. What does that one give me? -2. How do you do this one? List and spreadsheets. Menu. 413. I don't think you need to graph it. It's not too bad at all. Okay, yeah, that'll work. A is the correct answer. You're going to go times 3 minus 2, times 3 minus 2, times 3 minus 2, times 3 minus 2. I like the way you think, Isaac. A is the only correct one. So number 14, the diameter. Ooh, what's wrong with diameter, guys? Yes, we always use the radius. So we're going to get this thing divided by 2, right? To give us the radius. So we're going to 2.5 divided by 2, which now gives us 1.25. I like that idea. Just by knowing this, they never use a diameter. So anything with a diameter is out. I'm going to tell you the truth. Where do they get these? What? That's just kind of, what in the world? Yeah. This is just ridiculous. Okay. I don't know. You know how to explain this. So if you get this wrong, I'm so sorry. How did you get that one wrong? Okay, so let me just come back to this one. Volume is equal to BH. B refers to the area of the base. Is this a cylinder? It is a cylinder. Let me finish it up. Volume is equal to, on this one right here, we're going to go pi radius squared times your height. Remember, radius is now 1.25, so that's the one you want to use. So, again, I'm just going to stop. You have to use that 1.25. Let's come over here. Similar right triangles. You see the triangles here? Okay. They want to have the same slope. Does that make sense? So you want to kind of set them up as what? Well, they're using the slopes of, let me see. KM and PS. Where's KM? KM, PS. So how do you find the slope, guys, of these line segments? Good. It's rise over run. So what's my rise here? KL and LM. Is it A already? Oh, wow, that's too easy. But let's look at this bottom one over here. Okay. PR and RS. Okay, in this situation, I should keep the R's the same, right? In this situation, it has to line up like this, but if it doesn't, could you switch it up another way? You really can. You can get this fraction, flip it over, as long as you flip this fraction over at the same time. You can switch the places of these fractions as long as you keep everything together. And that's about it. You do need to know that they are the same slope. They have to have the same slope. And that's about it. 16. Wow. Wow. Real quick. So I forgot to mention this one. D is also correct as far as setting them up. The wrong thing about D is not showing the what? It's not showing the slope. Well, what do you mean? Well, PS. Where's PS? PS to what? PR. So this was talking about that right there. That's actually the slope is going to be the rise over the run. Okay, it's not going to be that diagonal cutting across. It has to be like the right angle one. So that's what's wrong with that one. But it is setting up a good proportion. The truth. I'll show you. I guess I'll just show you with the pictures. PS and PR. PS goes to PR. As KM goes to KL. Those proportions of those ratios are correct, but they're not showing the slope. Okay, that's the deal with that letter D. Okay, so I do not know how to do this one, guys. Like, a lot of y'all would say turn them into decimals. I don't like to think that much. I just like the calculator to do all the work for me. It does it for you, that's why. If I put in this in spreadsheets. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know how to tell you. I can't tell you to do it one definite way, guys. You can use it on the calculator. I think the calculator is the best way, but doing this in spreadsheets. I agree sometimes you do forget the steps because we haven't done it in a while. But either way, convert them to decimal, easy, elementary style, works. Calculator will do the work for you. They want the smallest diagonal. So which is the smallest one? X. So I guess there. So I just need to comment on this, guys. Most of these, if you take like a second or two, you can do most of them in your head. The truth, and then probably 2 or 1 you have to put in the calculator. And once you get them as decimals, they pretty line up. Answers the question, you're pretty good. 17. My bad. Okay, so this is real quick. What do I see here? I see a line going here. I see a curvish line going here. One going here, and then this one's just all over, right? Kind of all over. Okay, so Matthew observes the numbers, yada, yada, yada. Where's the question? Which scatterplot could support the teacher's observation? So maybe I should read what it says. The number of hours studied, their multiplication facts increase. The number of errors made decrease. So you basically want what kind of slope here? A negative slope, because there's going to be increase, decrease, D. This one here is no idea what's going on. This is here, more you study, the higher your grade, which makes sense. This one means, well, what does this one mean? Okay, just checking you pay attention. Yeah, so this one means the more you study, the more you mistakes. Wait, so then is that my answer? Okay. This one's saying no correlation at all. No, nothing. What does this one say? Let's go back to this one here. Okay, how much would you want to study here? Like very little, or what? Or a lot? You don't want to be in the middle, right? You don't want to be like these people. It looks like when you study mostly like from 2 to 3 hours, you get make the most mistakes. Yeah, I like that. You get This is probably more realistic. I don't know. Yeah. This means once I see it, so I know it. If I study, I get stressed out. My errors go up. But if I study extra, then I know it for sure. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Okay, so on this one real quick, I don't even know what to tell you on this one. Very easy stuff, I think. Oh, what's the radius? Yeah, 1/3 base times height, and that's going to be for the volume, right? So the cone is the volume of this one. So it's saying the cone has already done what? All of this stuff. That makes sense? So volume is equal to 1/3 pH. Do I know any of this stuff here? Yes, I actually know several things. I know the volume. Does that make sense? So I have 1.5 pi is equal to 1/3. Area of the base becomes pi radius squared times my height. What's my height? What's my height? 4.5. So I'm going to get rid of the h and put 4.5. Hold on. So now I basically want the what? The radius. How do you do this, guys, at this point? You really can end solve it, I promise. You can end solve it at this moment. You can even do, I know what some other people do it, they'll just come out here and get the formula, and they'll redo it each time till they get the right answer. Yeah, I can't tell you the one way to do it, because there's several ways of doing it. Final answer, comma, R, right? Is it J, y'all said? Okay, ready? And this one right here, which set of the function again? That was question number 2, I believe. X's do not repeat. Okay, they want their x's not repeating. This one automatically repeats. Out. This one, wow, it looks like it repeats. I think that's my answer. Repeats. Out. 9.1 repeats. Out. Video. So on this real quick, I'm going to just say this real quick. Dilation is what I see. Dilation means multiplication, which means out, out. Now, this, I told you from the beginning, they show you the same numbers just flipped over. This one's getting smaller. This is getting bigger. Unfortunately, I didn't read the beginning, so let me go back and read it. It says, okay, Q. I'm looking at Q and it gives me that one. So where's Q? Q's right here. Shut up. Look at that. No, I'm saying, like, if you get this one wrong, it's ridiculous. Look at that one. If, yeah, what's this coordinate? 5, 6? The coordinate is 6, 2. It wants to grow to become 21, 7. Okay, did it get bigger or smaller, guys? Bigger. It's like there's no thinking. So someone just said right now, I guess. No, it's a joke. We know these two are out. It can't be this one that gets smaller. J. Dilation. Okay, so let me come back over here. Sir, somebody said, sir, I see dilation. I don't really look for dilation. I look for scale factor. So please make sure you know. Scale factor and dilation, I told you, they go together. You see, either or means multiplication. So these automatically are out. Again, just automatically know these two mean the same thing, means to multiply out. Again, somebody said, sir, I didn't understand the question as far as bigger or smaller. So they're talking about Q. So compare the original Q. Big Nate, let's see about that one now from 6, 2 becomes 21, 7. It automatically gets bigger. So which is the bigger one? J. Yes. Very important to understand, yes. I think, honestly, I would approach this one. Listen spreadsheets would be my first to go to one real quick. But I would take the time and say, you know what? I can graph these real quick. At -1 and -1/4. Right here, right? See, it's going by 4 lines to get to a 1. So those are by fourths. Then over here, I'd have a 1 and -3/4. So if I were to draw my line through there like that, I would see a negative slope for sure. Honestly, negative slope. Out, out. Next thing, what's my y-intercept? It's pretty in the middle, no? -1/2? I would go with C. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all. If you don't like that, not that I'm saying like tough, but go to menu 413. These are not the convenient ones, but you can do it pretty fast. Okay? Okay, we're going to stop there, guys. Thank you so much for helping out.